Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be did you hear that? So today's video is going to be, I guess, a battle between the NYX Angel Veil Primer and the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. I have heard so many people say that these are extremely comparable, basically the same thing, and I kind of want to see if that's true. This is my favorite primer when I don't want to be so matte, but I do want to control my oils. This one has an SPF of 15, and also the price point of this is freaking ridiculous. So I have this little tiny like sample, or I guess deluxe sample size. This is 0.33 fluid ounces. This I think retails for $18, which is insane. The full size, like the 1 ounce, that one is 52. Now with this one, this is also pretty pricey for the drugstore. This one is 1.02 fluid ounces. This retails for $15 or $16. Which is why I never purchased it, because I was like, well, the Hourglass one works perfect for me. I've already invested in that one. I don't want to spend the money on this. But I got a $5 off coupon from Ulta, and I decided to go ahead and pick it up. Mainly because I wanted to do a test of these two. I mean, none of these products are new, but I have really oily skin, and I just figured that I'd do like a first impressions, follow me around kind of vlog, so you guys can see how the primer is working on either side. I'm gonna put these babies to the test. So I'm gonna shake it up because it's a little like oily. This claims to be oil free. Treat your skin to this ultra velvety oil-free primer. Feels lighter than a cloud and leaves skin looking and feeling divine. They have a bigger size of this, I think for 25 bucks, and I think it's 2 ounces, but I'm gonna start with the little one. This feels a little weird. This is the NYX one, and now I'm gonna squirt some of the Hourglass. So as you guys can see, this one is a little bit more greasy looking. And it's a little bit more runny. This one, I just literally pumped a little bit right here, and that's how it stayed. So I'm actually going to do this side of my face with the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer, and then I'm going to do this side with the Angel Veil Primer. I always have to use primer because I have oily skin. I cannot skip this step. So let's see how this works. Let's put the NYX one on. By the way, I did moisturize my skin with my Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel. I always do that. It doesn't leave a white cast, at least not on me, because I am pretty fair. I do feel like it mattified my skin a little bit. You guys can see that this side is more dewy. I don't have anything on this side besides moisturizer. But it feels like it has a slip to it, which scares me a little bit. Now I'm going to take my Hourglass on the other side. So on the Hourglass side, it feels like I primed, but it doesn't feel as like slippery as this side. It's not a huge difference, but I can feel it. I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal True Match. This is in W4, which I feel might be a little bit dark for me right now, but I love this foundation a lot, and I know how this foundation wears on me. It gives me more of a satin natural finish, and it does get oily throughout the day. Morphe M439 and buffing it out. So the foundation is blending over the primer really nicely. I don't notice any patches. I don't notice any streakiness. I don't notice a lot of pores actually, and that was good. And let me just do my other side. I would probably say that they applied and blended out the exact same way on both sides. I will say though that on this side, my pores seem a little bit smaller than on this side. Both feel tacky, but this one's just slightly more tacky than the Hourglass side. I didn't have a problem blending out any side. The only thing, like I said, is that I feel that my skin is a little bit more flawless on the Hourglass side than the NYX side, but it's not a huge noticeable difference. If you get nice and close to my face, then you can see what I'm talking about, but from far they look exactly the same. So far, I really like the NYX Angel Veil. I guess it will all depend on how my foundation wears over it. And like I said, I'll be checking in. I'm actually going to go in with a concealer that I already know works for me, because I don't want to test out like more than one thing. I'm taking the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is in Vanilla. Let's see if this does anything, because sometimes the primer can affect the way that my concealer applies. This is the Hourglass side. So on the Hourglass side, it applied wonderful as always. So let's see on the actual NYX side. Ow. Okay, so on the NYX side, it also blended out really nicely. It looks a little drier in here. Concealer actually looks brighter on this side. I feel like on this side, it kind of melted onto the skin. And then on this side, it's kind of laying over the skin. Let me zoom you guys in so I can show you what I mean. You guys can see on this side how it looks kind of like it kind of like its skin, like it melted over the skin. It looks nice and blended out, like it just kind of melted into the skin. But on this side, it made my under eyes look a little bit dry. I mean, I don't take my primer all the way up here, but I do kind of spread it around here. But it is separating around here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It might have dried out that area. I applied eye cream on both of my eyes before filming this. So I don't know why. I don't know why that's happening. I don't know. It basically caked up and separated a little bit around here. Around this area. It kind of caked up on me. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face off camera. I will be right back. So I'm finally done with my makeup. I am actually filming on this eye look, so it took me a while. I have been wearing this for at least an hour because I did film another video. So far, so good. They're both wearing exactly the same. Overall, this part of my face, the part with the NYX Angel Veil, looks a little bit less flawless. Just a little bit. This side, everything is kind of like melted into one, but on this side it looks good, it looks pretty. It just looks like some of the makeup is laying on top of my skin, not completely like melted into the skin. So I will be checking in with you guys in about maybe 2 to 3 hours. I am on my way to a family barbecue, so I gotta go. I am late. It is 5:17. I was supposed to be there at 5. That's just how I roll. And yeah, I will keep you guys posted. See you guys in the next check-in.
Oh, darling, will you mind giving my reflection a break? Outside my window, I can't get no peace of mind. Look outside.
Los restaurantes para la bandeja paisa.
So it is 8:50. I'm in the bathroom right now. Both sides to me look exactly the same. I feel like I am just as oily on both sides. I will not be blotting because I want to make sure that I see exactly how much oil seeps through with both primers. But as you guys can see right here, my blush and contour and stuff still looks a little smoother. And it's still there more intensely than on this side. I feel like on this side it started to get blotchy over here. And it's not as vivid as it is on this side. I will check in with you guys in about 3 to 4 hours, probably like at 12 o'clock. That way I would have worn it for maybe like 8 hours. I will keep you guys posted. Hey guys, so final check-in. It is currently very freaking late. It is 12:58 and I'm very tired. So the first thing that I notice looking at my face like this is, one, I am pretty much a little bit oily on both sides. I don't notice a huge difference in the oils on my face, which is a really, really good thing. And I was kind of scared that the NYX Angel Veil primer was going to be a little bit too greasy, but I think it did a good job. I don't feel like it helped making my makeup last longer. On this side, if you guys can see, there's like a lot of patchiness, and the bronzer and the blush and everything faded quicker. Granted, it all depends on what products you use, but I can tell that it had a lot to do with the primer, because on this side, the bronzer is somewhat still there, the blush is somewhat still there. Even the highlight is a little bit more pronounced on this side. So I would definitely say that for longevity, the Hourglass one is better. I did prefer the Hourglass side, mainly because it just, for some reason, helped the foundation and the concealer and the powders and everything just blend together and look really, really flawless on the skin. Extremely, like, just kind of like if it was my skin, like if my skin was that perfect. And then on this side, like I said, it was just a little bit drier, a little bit more cakey, but it was nothing too crazy where you can really tell, like, unless you were close to my face. Yeah, that's basically it. I just feel like on the Hourglass side, the makeup lasted a little bit longer, it wore a little bit better, and overall my skin just looked a little nicer on the higher end side. But on the NYX side, I felt like it did a great job for the price. I mean, it's still expensive for drugstore. It is $16, but it did a good job. Definitely, if you are on a budget, I would highly recommend this one, especially if you have oily skin. And if you use like a more mattifying foundation, it's gonna make the product last even longer. I've been wearing this makeup. I think I completely finished applying my face makeup around 4:35, and it is close to 1 o'clock in the morning. It is actually already 1 o'clock in the morning, so I would say that's probably like 8 hours of wear time. My final thoughts are, I still prefer the Hourglass one a little bit more. However, the NYX Angel Veil is a really, really good alternative. Again, I would say if you're on a budget and you need to control those oils, pick this one up. If you're willing to splurge and you just don't really care about spending the money, the Hourglass one is amazing as well. But they basically do the same thing. I completely forgot to do the flash photography picture earlier today, so I'm gonna take it right now and insert it right here. I don't see a huge difference on either side. I don't see a huge flashback on either side either. Maybe just a little tiny bit, but nothing that's a big deal, nothing that I can't live with. And it's the same on both sides, in my opinion. I think the NYX Angel Veil Primer is really, really good. I'm really surprised by it, and I'm gonna continue to keep using it. I'm glad that I finally found a drugstore primer that helps to control my oil and is really comparable to my Hourglass one. So I'm glad I finally did this video. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I hope that this video was helpful and that you were able to find a good alternative to the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer if you were on the hunt for one. And please make sure to subscribe if you have not subscribed to my channel. And I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!